Frequent flyer flies, la 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 la. Frequent flyer is back.
What's up? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and I'd like to welcome you guys back to the channel. This here is the 176 scale RC car from Turbo Racing, and I know you guys are probably familiar with this, especially if you've been watching the channel for a while, if you're not new to the channel. But anyhow, this here is a 176 scale RC, but I noticed a lot of times people in the comments of these videos that I make of these things, they always say, well, Hot Wheels should have thought of that. So this here is the Hot Wheels RC car. This is the Roger Dodger from Hot Wheels, and it's a RC car. They have quite a few of these. I can't remember all of the different styles that they have, but it's quite a few of them. But this one here is the Roger Dodger. And this is a 1/64th scale RC car. So Hot Wheels are sticking with that 1/64th scale. And so this thing is actually fully proportional. This is the transmitter here. However, it controls more like a tank, because this left stick over here controls forward and backwards. And this stick on the right controls left and right turning. So this thing controls like a tank. You can actually just hit one side like that, and this thing will just spin around like a tank. And if you go the other way, it'll spin this way. You give it some forward throttle, and it'll go around in a circle. So you sort of get the idea, I guess. And so this is actually fully proportional, though. If you give a little bit of throttle here, it'll move forward really slow. And if you give a little bit of turn, it'll turn pretty slow. So pretty interesting the way this thing controls, actually. I wonder whose idea it was to come up with this. To have a little car that controls like a tank and is actually proportional. It comes with what you see here. It comes with this little entrance point to a track, a Hot Wheels track. I guess this is so you can set it up to a track. And you can actually run this on a Hot Wheels track. So I guess this would be the exit point or the enter point. It's not very easy to drive it, I will say that. Even though it's proportional steering, that different style of control is it's just a big learning curve with that type of control, with something like this. And it doesn't help that this thing is pretty fast. This thing is a lot faster than most of the other RC cars of this size. And the rear wheels are rubber. Mine's a little dusty because I run them on the floors a lot. But the front wheels are still plastic. So that adds an interesting dynamic to it as well. So you don't have much traction with the front wheels. It's not four-wheel drive. So the front wheels are just there. And the back wheels do all the work. So when you're actually turning, the rear wheels control that as well. Because if you're turning to the left, let's say if you're turning to the left, then this wheel will be moving that way, and this wheel will be moving the opposite direction, so you can turn. And so these front wheels are just there for show. It can be fun on a hardwood floor, just drifting this guy around and doing crazy spins. That's if you're into that. If you're not into drifting or anything like that, then this car is not for you. It's not going to race around on the track because it's pretty hard to get precise turns with this thing on a track. And you're just going to come in last place every time. But as far as an open floor with this guy, it can be fun. I think it's a little too fast. And on the transmitter, it does have trims here. And that's just for left and right if it's drifting to one side. And that's about it. There is a turbo button. And this thing is already really fast. But they added a turbo button And the turbo button just makes this thing insane on the floor. So this thing, let's turn it on so you guys can see it. There's no lights or anything like that to indicate that it's on, but this light on the transmitter stops flashing when you're connected. And check it out. So let me show you guys that it is indeed proportional. Let me go slow with the turn. Oh, it's backing up. Let's go forward with the turn. Backwards. And you can actually spin around like a tank. Let's see. Not a lot of traction on this table here. But you guys get the idea. This thing can spin around like a tank. You can get some spin outs going with it. You can actually spin out with it while you're moving. So a pretty interesting way to control a little RC vehicle. It is a little different. And so this thing isn't new. I have seen it online before, maybe about almost a year ago. I'm not sure exactly when these came out, but they have been available for quite some time. But they have been sold out at many places that I've tried. But I've finally gotten my hands on them. I guess they created a few more models, and this one became available on Amazon. And so I purchased this from Amazon just so I could do the review on it. And it turned out to, I didn't think that I was going to like this, but it turned out to be not so bad when driving it around on the floor. But it does get old, I guess. If you just had only this RC car, I could see somebody getting tired of spinning out with it and drifting and all, and not really being able to precisely control it. Not as precise as these little guys anyhow. These things are really, really precise in steering and turning and racing on tracks and stuff. But this guy here is just for an open floor, I guess. Open floor fun. But check it out. Let me give you guys a size comparison. This is the 176 scale from Turbo Racing again. Check it out. It's a little larger, but not too much bigger. This thing is about the size of a Hot Wheels car. And so I did think about trying to remove the electronics from this and getting one of my favorite Hot Wheels bodies and really doing the mod, but that's going to be for another video if I do decide to do that, I guess. But this thing looks hot. Look at it. Not bad at all, the way it looks. I don't know what this big thing here is. I think they could have left that off. But as far as the way this thing looks, I think it looks awesome. And so this is the Hot Wheels RC car, 1/64 scale. Thanks for watching.